Hey guys, how's it going? This is Khan, Mr. So Real, and welcome to episode 90 of Good or Garbage, the #1 place where you can find out what stuff is being sold in the division. As a PSA, I wanted to share with you guys, if you haven't turned on your machine, Massive have decided to give out some cipher keys so that you guys can get some free cosmetic items. You can go over to the reward claim vendor, go down to resources, and you will have 5 cipher keys waiting for you to go and spend. You go grab those, then you go down into that little place down into the depot, and then you can go and check out some of the holiday encrypted caches, and you might find yourself getting some holiday inspired gear to wear. It's just cosmetic. It doesn't help you in any way. You won't get any extra presents under the Christmas tree this year just because of that, but you never know, you might get something. But yeah, this week there are quite a few really good mods, some god roll mods, and definitely some stuff you guys will need to check out. Let's go. Alright guys, so let's start off this week with the placeholder gear. At the special equipment vendor, as a placeholder, we have the Firecrest mask. Not a bad mask, 282, not too bad. The armor is at 990. The Firearms is at 1260, which is pretty good. And then we have the kind of downfall of this mask, which is the all resistance. Not too many people like this, so you can roll something else on this if you prefer. And then we also have blind deaf. Of course, this is in the placeholder section, and that is because, well, if you're not running classified on these gear sets, then you might as well forget about it. The good thing is that Firecrest has not had its classified version come out yet, so this is still viable if you are running Firecrest. Alright, now let's move on to the attachments for this week. In the base of operations at the weapons vendor near the door, we've got the Omega rifle suppressor muzzle. And this is one of my favorite muzzles. Unfortunately, it doesn't have crit chance and crit damage, but it still has 18.5% headshot damage. And it also comes with 48% reduced threat. So if you have been looking for an Omega rifle suppressor and you're desperate for that headshot damage, then you can go ahead and pick this up. It only costs you regular credits. But I personally would say this is a kind of placeholder until you can get one with that kind of headshot damage plus crit hit chance and crit hit damage. In the grindhouse, there is a small grip being sold with 19% crit hit damage, 4.5% reload speed, and 2.5% stability. So if you are looking for some extra crit damage on your grip, then this is a pretty nice one to have. Unfortunately, it doesn't have headshot or crit chance, but you make do with what you got, and if you need this, go pick it up. In 5th Avenue, there is a loud vent brake for sale with 18% crit hit damage, 3% crit hit chance, and it comes with 2% accuracy and 49% increased threat. So if you've been looking for one of these, or you just new to the game and you want to have something for your crit hit build, this is the perfect thing to go and pick up. Although 19% is the maximum, and you would want to have headshot damage on it if possible. Now let's go take a look at this week's gear mods. In the special equipment vendor, we have a prototype performance mod with 4% turret damage. So if you've been looking to bump up your damage for your turrets, 4%, stack these up is pretty good. I'm sure a lot of you guys have some Phoenix credits left over from the global event, so you can go ahead and knock yourself out, grab a bunch of these, and then put that turret to work. At the gear vendor in the base of operations, there's a prototype firearms mod with 262 firearms, and it also comes with 4% signature ability resource gain. So if you are playing for PvE stuff and you like using your super, be it tac link or whatever, then this could be something you may want to throw into the mix. This will help you get your super back even faster, especially if you stack a bunch of them. If you guys are in need of these, remember to let me know in the comments. It's always useful to know what you guys are looking for and what stuff is working out for you. So let everybody know, and let me know if you pick these up. In Autumn's Hope, there is a 5% sticky bomb explosion radius mod being sold. For those of you who are running around with the sticky bomb, you want to get that explosion blast even bigger so you can proc the multiple target damage increase, then this could help you out. 5% is not too bad. Throw a couple of those and then you got 10. Not bad at all. If you do pick this up, let me know. In the cavern, there is an electronics mod being sold, 261 electronics with 3089 skill power. If you are looking for some extra skill power and some extra electronics for maybe some of those talents you have that are still locked, you can always go and pick this up for regular credits. 261, not too bad. At Camp Hudson, if you are still using the Seeker Mines, there is a 7% Seeker Mine explosion radius mod being sold. Seeker Mines did get hit with a little bit of a nerf, so if you are still using these and you want to keep these or maybe have them in your stash for when they maybe get adjusted in the future, then there you go, 7% explosion radius increase. At Madison Stand, there is a prototype stamina mod being sold with 266 stam, also with 1% crit hit chance. Now, if you are using this with Predator or Nomad and you are using an assault rifle, this could work out pretty well for you, as it will give you that extra chance that the SMGs have that you don't. But you know, it is kind of what it is depending on what your build is and what you're looking for. But 266 stam is pretty good, so this is worth picking up if you are in need of stamina mods. At the Ward, there are more mods to be looked at. The prototype stamina mod is being sold 189 stam with 3% damage to elites. If you are new to the game and you do not know about these purple mods, these are the only mods that have damage to elites on them as a minor attribute. Stacking these could turn into a lot more damage in PvE content, so if you are in need of these, you can go ahead and check them out. 3% is not the highest, but is better than 0. Now moving on, there's also a prototype performance mod with 6% support station duration. So if you are the healer on your team, or you find yourself playing solo and you want to consistently get some of that support station loving and keep your health up, then this could be a nice one to go with a maxed out 6%. In Southpaw, helping out those Seeker Mine users, we have a Seeker Mine performance mod that gives you 4% Seeker Mine damage. If you have been looking for stuff to kind of counteract that nerf to Seeker Mine, 4% damage may be what you're looking for, and might as well go pick it up. It's just regular credits. At East 53rd Street, there is a pretty much God roll firearms mod. 267 firearms plus 3% skill haste. This is pretty much as good as it's going to get. A lot of people love to have that skill haste, and with maxed out firearms, you can't go wrong. So if you do have the DEC credits for this, you may want to go and pick up quite a few of these. At West 53rd Street, there is a prototype performance mod with 4% ballistic shield damage resilience. If you made a defense build and you're looking for some way to kind of get a little bit more health out of your shield, then this could work out very well for you at 4% a pop. Over at East 42nd Street, we have something amazing for the ballistic shield user. If you did run the defense, or if you got the classified defense set, the 4% ballistic shield damage mod is being sold. Now what this does, if you are new to this category of gear set, with the shield active, you get extra damage, 4% for each one of these mods, to your sidearm or to your SMG. So that means if you stack a whole bunch of these, you get a whole bunch of damage, and that's pretty good. So I definitely pick a couple of these up, and I highly recommend that you do too. All right, now over at West 34th Street, man, I'm telling you, the defense people are getting so much love. So if your shield needs a bit of Viagra because you can't keep it up, you may want to go invest in this performance mod with the 6.5% ballistic shield health. It's going to keep that shield standing nice and strong, and make sure you can take anything coming at you. Definitely go check it out if you want to keep that thing up. I'm going to leave it at that. In DZ4, if you are making a build that revolves around crit chance and crit damage, but you use weapons that don't necessarily have crit chance baked into them, like an SMG, then the prototype performance mod is being sold there with 2% pulse crit hit chance. So if you are using your pulse and you want to get even more crit chance, then you can get 2% more with each one of these attached. So you could possibly get quite a bit more crit chance and then maximize your crit damage and have some pretty nasty results. Now let's take a look at the good rolled weapons and gear with garbage gear scores. Starting off this week at the special equipment vendor, we have the Historian, which the gear score is not that great, but some of the talents are pretty good. Now the headshot damage on this is 162. The talents that it comes with this week are Disciplined, Vicious, and History Repeats. Now History Repeats really will work well for high firearms builds. So if you are a sniper with a very high firearms, I'd probably say somewhere in the 8,000 plus, then this could be a pretty nice weapon to test out, maybe for fun or for PvE content. This is definitely not a PvP weapon, I would say, but you know, you could try this out, have a little bit of fun with it, and who doesn't like having a little bit of fun? So getting onto the talents, we have Vicious and we have Disciplined. Disciplined, killing a target will make your next shot with the weapon an automatic crit hit. This could work really well with Deadly if you are running Deadly. And then we have Vicious. Crit hit chances increased by 10% when you're having more than 2 segments of health. Now with History Repeats being mostly focused on firearms, Vicious might be the kind of odd man out, and you may want to roll Deadly on this. If not, you could get rid of Discipline and maybe roll Deadly if you feel like you're not taking that much damage, or your heals are decent, or you have a decent healer on your team, then that could work out for you as well. So leave a comment down below, let me know which one of these you decide to roll off, or do you keep both of them, or do you not just pick it up at all? At the Dark Zone vendor in the base of operations, another pretty nice rolled talented weapon with a gear score that is not quite 280. This one's pretty close though, so it's not that bad. We've got the custom M870 MCS shotgun, this one with 345% stagger. Now the talents on this are pretty nice with responsive, predatory, and destructive. This is pretty much a PvE player's dream. Destructive is going to help you shred through that enemy armor. Predatory, once you get the kill, is going to help keep you alive and give you some healing, and then responsive is just going to give you more damage when you run in there. So with the with responsive giving you that damage and predatory giving you that health, you have a little bit less worry when it comes to getting in the face of the enemy and dropping them down. And then with destructive, hitting that armor, it'll help you get through them even faster. If you decide to pick this up, let me know in the comment section below. In Camp Clinton, we've got more weapons with decent rolls, but bad gear score. So starting off, we've got the Cassidy. This one comes with 340.5 stagger. The talents on it, not bad for a shotgun. We've got Responsive, Unforgiving, and Boomstick. Responsive has come up quite a bit now that stamina is back. So if you're looking for a good talent to have, if you haven't tried it out for a while, Unforgiving is still very, very good. Responsive is always good on shotguns. So yeah, those two together plus Boomstick, not a bad combo. Now moving along, also at Camp Clinton is the Black Market SASG. Yes, another shotgun. This one with 308 stagger, and this one comes with Dominant, Brutal, and it comes with Competent. Now I would probably say you would do better off if you got rid of Dominant and put Responsive on. Then you can have Responsive, Brutal, and Competent, and it's just damage, and more damage. Especially with the Black Market sausage, you're probably going to be aiming for some headshots, so this could work out very, very well for you. Pop a skill, get some extra damage with Competent, get close up with Responsive, and then you'll be in the business. Plus with that 12% headshot damage, you should be bodying people pretty well. Now it's time to wrap things up in the 284 plus gear score section. At the advanced weaponry vendor in the base of operations, the Marine Super 90 is being sold at 284 gear score. Now this thing comes with 341.5 stagger. The talents on it are Dominant, Deadly, and Determined. We got the 3 Ds this week. Now the thing about this, and I'm actually really kind of liking this, is personally I would probably roll off Dominant and maybe go for something like Competent. And the reason being is because Having competent will give you extra damage when you use a skill. If you use something that could help you get more crit chance or crit damage like pulse, then that skill will come back even faster once you get the kill with determined. And determined, when you kill a target, your skill cooldowns are increased by 7.5%. Now with that in mind, getting that extra crit damage, the crit chance, having deadly to give you even more damage, plus using competent to give you even more damage, and using that skill, I think that is a nice little trifecta, and I'd like to see more of that on some weapons. I think I might have to try that out and see if see what I can get going. Although I'm not a Super 90 fan personally, I'm not really a shotgun guy. For those of you who do use a shotgun, this could work out very, very well. If you do have a setup like this, or if you do use something like this, or are willing to try it, leave a comment down below. Let me know how it goes. All right, guys, that is it for this week's Good or Garbage, episode number 90, baby. Thank you guys for so much support, so much love, and so much that you guys give me every time I do one of these. And also thanks for all of the love and support you guys have been showing to the videos lately. It is very much appreciated. And yeah, if you haven't seen, I posted a video this week asking about what would you do or how would you change the global events, because I know a lot of people, especially reading through the comment section, who didn't finish a lot of gear sets, and some people who grinded for a very long time to try to get the gear sets and stuff that they needed, but it just did not work out. People are talking about they had over 100 caches and they still didn't get what they needed, or they just barely got what they needed. And I want to know from you guys, what did you think about the global event for this week? Did you enjoy it? Did you get everything you needed? Is there anything that you were missing? Go ahead and check that video out. Check out some of the comments, and I would like to hear from you guys in that video, and hopefully we can do a follow-up, and then I might feature your comment or feature some of the things you were saying, some of the ideas, and propose it to the community, and just kind of keep the discussion going on how we can keep this game improved, and how do we keep improving on the things that we like and get rid of the stuff that we don't. So leave a comment in the video below on what you thought of this week's Good or Garbage, and go ahead and check out that video on the global events, and let me know what you guys thought about your experience with the Assault global event. And on that note, I am Khan, Mr. So Real. I will catch you guys in the next video. Until then, I'm gone. Take it easy. Peace.
Khan.